Welcome to part 2 of this live stream, Jeremy. It is time for the soup du jour.
Ooh, what's the soup du jour?
Well, it's the soup of the day.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
I think I'm gonna celebrate every time we get that right.
I know. I always hella forget.
Oh man, but yes, welcome to part 2. This is the soup du jour. This is a new show, obviously, that we cooked up for you for season 7 of the podcast, and this is where we just like to have fun talking movies and TV topics. And again, obviously we covered a movie in part 1, Civil War, and so this week's movie topic is A24 related because, obviously Civil War was the latest and really the biggest ever A24 film that has been produced to date. And so we thought it would be fun to share our top 5 A24 films. But Jeremy, before we get into our top 5, I'm purposely springing this surprise segment on you because we were talking about it the whole week. I wanted you to not really prepare for this because you know what? Let's blind rank your these top. Sorry. Let's blind rank A24 films just for you, just because you watched enough where we could blind rank stuff.
God.
All right, there's gonna be 5 of them, Jeremy.
Okay.
And you gotta I'll name a movie, and you'll just have to rank them anywhere between 1 and 5.
Okay.
And let's see how accurate it will be, because again, after this, you're going to reveal what your actual top 5 is.
With those 5 movies?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Just
of
general.
everything in general. I'm just kind of curious how accurate this one is. Okay. So let's blind rank these 5 movies. Jeremy has no idea that we're doing the segment.
Yeah, I was like, wow, God, okay.
And I used a randomizer for this.
Okay.
So, well, not for this first one, because I really want, because we talked about Civil War in part 1. Civil War is the first movie. Where would you rank it 1 through 5 blindly?
Putting it at number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Next movie we have Minari.
Okay, let's see. I'm putting it at number 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
The next A24 movie, Ex Machina.
Oh, I am putting it at number 3.
3. Okay. All right. The next movie. It was the Oscar winner. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm putting that at number 1.
All right, okay. And now let's see. You only have number 4 left?
Okay.
I guess Iron Claw's number 4.
Oh, okay.
Is that sort of right? As far as these 5 movies anyway?
It's missing 1 actually. You got 4 out of the 5 in my top 5. That's crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right, let's hear it. I want to see what you're okay, so full stop. Jeremy, how many A24 movies did you watch?
I think from what I counted, 13.
Okay. So
it's crazy how 4 out of the it's like you got okay. All right.
All right. Let's hear that actual top 5.
Okay, at number 5, you got Ex Machina.
Okay.
And at number 4, you got The Disaster Artist. That stars James Franco as Tommy Wiseau.
Okay.
At number 3, you got Iron Claw.
Nice.
At number 2, Civil War. And at number 1, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Wow.
That
insane. Randomizer is pretty good.
I know. I was dang. It's like I read my thoughts. It just went into my freaking Google Docs and got
That's
my
pretty good.
information. I just typed this out too.
and Jeremy had no idea we were gonna blind rank. I just wanted to see what your reaction would have been.
Dang, that was pretty darn close though. Dang. I was curious on if it chose any of the other ones, because honestly, obviously, like they're not as good as the ones I've chosen, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Top 5, but like if they throw in the freaking Hereditary, I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I don't know where I would put it. Because it was an interesting movie, you know. Very scarring. I don't need to watch it again.
Where would Hereditary kind of be ranked? Would it be more in your mid tier or towards the bottom of that 13 that you've seen so far?
Probably the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would really watch that again. I'd probably watch it with friends, but even with that, it's kind of a slower movie, so it's not even the funnest scary movie to watch with friends.
Yeah, true. Oh man. All right. Well, for my top A24 movies, I mean, I've only seen 7. I didn't realize I'm a little late to the party, so I plan, especially now that Max actually has an A24 section, I do plan on watching more A24 movies, especially catching up on some of the older ones. So here's my list. I've only seen 7. So here's 6 of them because I have an honorable mention. Hereditary is my honorable mention. I'm in the same boat as Jeremy. Horror is just not my genre, and I will watch it from time to time. You know, especially if my friends who love horror movies are watching also, because I kind of want to see like their whole process. But yeah. But Hereditary outside my top 5 out of 7.
I think right. Dang, couldn't even make the
cut. Number 5 for me, I have Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler and the great Kevin Garnett.
Wow.
Number 4, I have Civil War. We covered it. Number 3, I have Iron Claw. Number 2, I have Past Lives.
Oh, yeah.
And then number 1, I have Everything Everywhere All at Once. I probably like Past Lives a little bit more, but again, the whole rewatchability thing, and I like the scope and the vision of Everything Everywhere All at Once. So overall, I enjoyed Everything Everywhere All at Once more. Past Lives is just such a brutal watch.
Oh man, it's funny how you put the Asian-led movies at number 1 and 2. All right, woo!
That was not a coincidence, man.
It's like, you know, we gotta find like relatability in these movies, you know.
Yeah.
Far and few between for us in this in Hollywood. Some other ones that were on my list, just in case people were wondering. The Whale, that was a brutal watch. But in terms of other ones I would recommend, like Room, with starring Brie Larson. It's another good watch. A24. I think that's the one where she actually won her Oscar for.
Okay.
Room, not to be confused with The Room, starring Tommy Wiseau, and then later on portrayed by James Franco. But yeah, Room would probably be my honorable mention.
Okay.
But Ken, if you like Val Kilmer, go watch Val also. That's an A24 documentary.
Ooh, okay. I love documentaries, and I like Val Kilmer. I'll probably go see it. Is that the because I was gonna ask you, like, was there a movie that you've seen that I haven't seen yet? What's like literally the movie that you would recommend specifically to me the most?
To you, I heard Good Time is starring Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah,
yeah, is very much similar to Uncut Gems on like the thriller kind of like
anxiety inducing.
Yeah, that type of movie. I haven't watched Uncut Gems, but I heard they're pretty similar in that aspect of anxiety inducing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So
I think I've only seen 3 movies that you haven't seen yet. What? Uncut Gems, Midsommar, and Past. What did you say that you started Past Lives?
not yet.
Oh, you haven't.
I want to like sit down and have my full attention to this movie because I already know I'm gonna like it.
Past Lives has the potential to at least jump Civil War for no, knowing what I know about your tastes, I think you might have a top 2 Asian list here.
That's true, dude. Everywhere all at once was so good.
Yeah,
Like the comedy, the story,
the family
and
dynamics,
and family dynamic.
Yeah.
Freaking Alpha Waymond. You know,
Oh yeah, no, he was
favorite
good.
character. So
Mhm. I mean, only in that movie do you see flying phallic shaped things
yeah,
being used as weapons.
he's just-
I'm trying not to
well,
get canceled on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe not the only movie. You know, there's Deadpool probably did
Oh
that.
yeah, it's true.
Or, well, he's at Disney now, so he probably can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's true. I forgot about that. I haven't seen Deadpool or the second Deadpool in a while. I need to do that before Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
You know, my most disappointing on the list that I
Yeah.
watched for the A24 was probably Minari.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I was like, huh, I wonder where he has this one.
So yeah, Minari, like I liked it. Steven Yeun was good in it. Yun? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Glenn from Walking Dead. Freaking Mark Grayson from Invincible. So, yeah, it was a good watch. It was fine, but nothing like. Okay, there was some stuff in that movie that really did tug at my heartstrings,
Mhm.
but yeah, other than that, it was like, it's okay.
I almost watched an 8th movie for last week's last thing. Because last week we covered Monkey Man, right? And so generally speaking, if I can, I'll try to, I guess, either when we were doing our podcast ritual and now we're doing the one last thing, I was like trying to do something kind of related. And remember last week I was like, oh yeah, I came across Old Boy and a bunch of these revenge films or whatever. But the original plan was to watch Green Knight with Dev Patel.
Another A24.
Another A24 movie. So I still probably will eventually watch that. Maybe actually sooner rather than later, just because it's available on Max. I mean, we're not sponsored by Max, but it's available there now. So I'm kind of curious how that kind of compares to Monkey Man. It's a completely different movie, but I'm kind of curious if it's similar-ish. I don't know if that's a word.
Okay. Yeah. So that's your next A24 movie you're gonna watch?
Probably, just because it was supposed to be the one that I watched last week.
Yeah, and I've been saying I'll watch Past Lives for like the last month, so I'll get on it as soon as I can.
I don't think you're gonna be ready for it though.
Yeah, man, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like you already compared it to 500 Days of Summer, and when we redid the trailer for the podcast, and I said, "Oh, Batman Begins, 500 Days of Summer," those are like top tier movies for me, man. So.
Yeah. High praise, right?
Yeah. Wait, did I say 500 Days Summer or did I say Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No, you said 500 Days.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah. Because
long titles confused me.
But Past Lives, Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I was thinking, can I put Past Lives over Everything Everywhere All at Once? I think it's that good.
It's just because of rewatchability.
I considered it. Yeah, rewatchability.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is like super rewatchable, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, because
that's probably why mine's up there too.
Yeah, because Past Lives, it's one of those where you have to be in some type of mood to watch.
Oh no. Okay.
But it's so good. You will rewatch it more times, I'm guessing, than you think you will. I feel like that'll be kind of similar to I'm in the middle of a rewatch with 500 Days of Summer now.
Yeah,
it's on Hulu.
Dude, freaking whenever I feel introspective, that's when I watch 500 Days of Summer. And I have that feeling. It's like, oh my God. That's probably what I need to be during past lives.
I will say this though, with 500 Days of Summer, an underrated aspect of that movie is the soundtrack. That soundtrack makes it more rewatchable
that is true
than you would think. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, I can associate. I'll hear different songs, and immediately I'll think of whatever scene that is, like, when they're playing the Smiths or whatever. I'm like, oh man, I remember that one part where
yeah,
they're in the elevator. The Smiths. I like the Smiths.
Freaking that movie.
I love you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
That movie never gets old.
I'm still in the middle of it's like a continuous rewatch sometimes with me. So I just left off where you get the dichotomy of the IKEA visits.
Oh no.
I'm kind of like
in
the beginning middle-ish now.
It's over. It's getting there.
You already know where I'm at.
Shoot. I remember that reveal of when JGL sees Zooey Deschanel like with the ring in the reality versus expectation. I felt like him, man, literally heartbroken. And dude, what's crazy is that I watched that movie once before, and then the second time rewatching, I had no idea what was gonna happen. It was the best experience. It was crazy. It's like I just maybe being so traumatized from watching it the first time.
Wow.
That you
just completely blocked it out, huh?
Yeah, you completely block out. Like, you remember some stuff, like the beginning stuff, the happy stuff. But maybe I was so traumatized by, like, I didn't get a happy ending that it was, like, wiped from my memory. And so when that scene happened again, I was like, no! Again. I was like,
man.
It was pretty insane. I don't know why my mind did that, just maybe to relive that movie again. Shoot.
I discovered that movie right before Inception came out.
Oh. So when you saw him in Inception, it was like, hey.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's Tom.
What was her name again? Tom and
Come on, really?
Yeah, I don't remember the names. It's just JGL and Zooey Deschanel. It was.
What's the movie called?
Oh yeah, Summer.
Come on, man.
Shoot. See, my mind is just gonna completely wipe it again, and I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm freaking Guy Pearce in Memento.
Memento, yeah.
With 500 Days of Summer.
Oh my God! But what was her name again? At the actress at the end. Or the one that was going for that architecture job?
Yeah, obviously she was Autumn. It was
Autumn. What was her name again?
Oh, Minka Kelly.
Minka Kelly. Yeah, I had a crush on her. I was like, wait, who's that? And why is she only appearing in the last 2 minutes of this movie?
What's funny is that she was in Titans, the superhero TV show, and her partner in crime, not in crime, they're both superheroes, was Alan Ritchson.
Oh,
Jack Reacher himself, and they
Aquaman.
there's some
Aquaman, huh?
steamy scenes between them too.
Oof.
So, but then I don't want to spoil. Well, you don't have to watch the show. Honestly, it's not that good. Jack Reacher dies,
No,
and I was like, "What?" Great.
the guy from the Ungentlemanly Warfare dies.
It's like, and then she leaves the show. I was like, "Dang, that sucks." I think they killed him off because he was gonna be Reacher, so I was fine with that.
That or singing on American Idol.
There you saving Lois from drowning.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty good. Pretty good pull.
What season was that? 5, 6.
I want to say it was like 5. Yeah. Because he made that initial run, right? And then they brought him back later for one of the Justice League episodes, right?
Yeah, which was like in 7.
It was the first one. The
Yeah.
one with
Bart
with-
Allen.
yeah, Bart Allen, and then wasn't not the Green Hornet, Arrow.
Yeah,
It was Arrow.
yeah.
Damn it.
Green Arrow,
Green Arrow. I was like, Green Hornet, no.
Green Lantern. Nope, different.
Yeah. But yeah, that movie, 500 Days of Summer, always I go through my seasons. Pun intended. And yeah.
Okay, that was a really long, roundabout way of explaining past lives. And when you're ready to see that movie, everyone.
Hey, but you know what? I think once you start watching it, it'll be in your regular rotation.
Okay, I'm not ready, man. You already have 500 Days of Summer. Add past lives to that, it's over. It's gonna just be reflecting the entire year.
But it's different. It's
Okay.
different. It's different.
Okay.
But it's the same.
No. All right, we'll see.
I think when I watched it, Past Lives was on Paramount Plus. So I'm guessing it's still there.
Okay.
Because it was pretty recent. Like we were still within this podcast when I said one last thing.
Yeah. Past lives. Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of one last thing, Jeremy, what is the one last thing you want to share with us before we depart for the week?
Yes. So my one show this time I want to recommend,
Ooh.
which I have now, I think, one episode left to finish, because they brought out all 8 episodes and started streaming last week on Amazon Prime. Still not sponsored. Fallout. Oh, dude, based on the video game, it's so good. It's I haven't played that much of the video game Fallout. I've played a little bit of Fallout 4.
Mhm.
But watching this, it gives the perfect tone, perfect pacing. The ensemble cast is so good. Like, every scene you care about. Or either that or it's just fun.
Mm.
It's post-apocalyptic, it's violent, but it's lots of fun. So here you go. It's gonna be just like super interesting. We got that distracted me for like what? John Campia says, "Thanks for the show, guys. You're welcome, John." It's so random. Hey, but yeah, Fallout is so good. I got totally lost. Walton Goggins in that show, Ken. It is produced by Jonathan Nolan.
Yeah, I've
So,
read.
That's all I
Westworld.
have to say for you. Westworld.
Westworld
Exactly like
fame.
Westworld, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. I actually saw something today that Jesse Aaron Paul wants to actually be in the show because they're chums from Westworld season 3 and 4.
No.
Yeah, I hear he wants to join Fallout probably in upcoming seasons.
There you go. I mean, Westworld's not doing anything. So
I also heard that he also wants to somehow finish the show.
that would be nice. I would have probably continued the show if they actually make more episodes. But honestly, at this point in time, Fallout, if that's like he directs maybe like the first 3 episodes, I wouldn't. I would just say keep going with Fallout because the tone, the pacing, and it's funner than Westworld.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You-
So
Westworld's a lot of existential stuff that makes you think a lot.
yeah.
And there's like so many things to try to remember. You really have to be awake, especially well, maybe that first season. Second season's still good, but the first season's still an all-timer for me. But man, you're just like done after watching an episode. You're like, "Oh my god, what did I just watch?" So,
Mhm.
is it similar to that where there's a lot going on?
There's definitely multiple storylines going on at the same time, but each one is pretty entertaining. I don't want to
Mm.
like spoil it or anything. Um, I was talking about the Halo TV show a couple episodes back, and as much as I like the Halo season 2, as much as I like Halo season 2, this blows Halo out of the water. I was like, in terms of writing, scope, the way they just their production and everything.
I mean, it is a Nolan. It's Jonah Nolan. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, dang, couldn't get one of the Nolans on Halo.
They just needed to redo it. I mean, if anyone could do Halo right, it would be Nolan. Any one of them.
See, I want Neil Blomkamp to do Halo, which he almost did, which the director of District 9, Elysium.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah.
that style, that visual style, but maybe written by like a Jonathan Nolan would be perfect.
He would
'Cause
be able to. He would be able to play and manipulate the time aspect very well. I think.
Oh yeah, and bringing us like well written like Marines, captains, Captain Keys, stuff like that.
Captain Keys.
Yeah, that when he first sees him for the first time. Halo.
Oh man. Well, anyway, okay. I'm glad you mentioned Fallout, just because I personally have been. It was a light week for me. Honest, if I'm honest, I got really busy. I didn't really get to watch anything this past week, other than because Jeremy knows I actually spent a lot of time in the past week editing our videos, and I had fun, especially editing our Kaiju Films Keep 5 Cut 5. So I saw a lot and was listening to a lot of that episode of us talking about, the MonsterVerse and the other Kaiju films.
Mm-hmm.
So because I was kind of listening to this a lot, I was like, you know what? We talked about Kong Skull Island, and Jeremy said he wouldn't rewatch it. I ended up rewatching it. That's not the thing that I wanted to share, because after watching that, it refreshed my memory, so that when I restarted Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which is the show that I want to share for my one last thing. I actually got back into it for the first time in 5 months. It was back in November. I rewatched it, and it connected the dots, because I didn't realize that a lot of the beginning part in episode 1 referenced Kong Skull Island. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm kind of glad that I did. And so now I'm enjoying and catching more of the references. So I'm on like episode 5 now.
Oh, okay. See, now we gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think the Godzilla X Kong kind of like put my excitement levels for the MonsterVerse down a little bit.
Oh no, it did for me too. I wouldn't expect too much, but like in terms of like the whole Monarch part of that, and everything's a little bit more grounded with, I guess, some of the characters, and you kind of get to see the same characters that we were introduced within the MonsterVerse as younger counterparts in Monarch. That's where I'm enjoying the whole like different perspectives. So, yeah.
Oh,
I'm back in on Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I'm like halfway through now.
Shoot, all right. I gotta catch up.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
get on that.
Streaming on Apple TV Plus. Yeah. So next week we have what? Ungentlemanly. I don't even know what we're doing for the soup du jour. We'll figure that out offline.
Yeah, that's gonna be the soup of the day next week. So
Yeah, it's too early. That's still next week. But
yeah,
Jeremy, another fun episode today, talking Civil War, as well as other A24 movies. Guys, thank you again for joining us this week. We'll see you for Ungentlemanly in 1 week.
how about 7 days? Fine, we'll make it 1 week.
Yes. 1 week is perfect because, again, Ungentlemanly Warfare, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, as well as another serving of the Soup du Jour is coming your way next week on The Reel.